Hello to my Aries. All right, this is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Happy full moon. Happy full moon in Scorpio. All right, and it's a flower moon. So, happy full flower moon. Whenever we talk about flower moon, that's about planting seeds, growing where you're planted, all those other wonderful things, right? So, let's get into it. We do, of course, have moon rituals on my TikTok, also on my YouTube shorts. Go check it out, all those wonderful things. Remember, when you're watching readings, to only take what resonates with you. Please, 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 I got to reiterate this, because people will treat readings as if they are etched in stone, and they are not. Please, please, please. Woo, I got to say that, because child, people will watch readings and act like they are the gospel, and they are not. They are not, right? Take what resonates. I gotta say this in my readings, because I do. People will take readings. I mean, like, people will take readings as if, you know, some people will like get almost addicted to readings, right? And please do not do that to yourself. Don't even stress yourselves out like that. Sometimes readings don't apply necessarily to you, and that's why you'll hear readers say, take what resonates with you. So, for instance, let me give you an example. So if you listen to readings, and I say it like, I kind of share with you maybe every other reading, or like sometimes I just kind of toss it out there, and I want to drag this out, because I want to get into your reading. Sometimes you'll hear a reading that may apply to somebody else. So, for example, let's say you hear a reading and your colleague is going through something. I usually will say something like, first of all, don't force tarot on anybody that does not watch tarot. Don't be that person, right? You don't want to ever force something on people that don't watch, don't believe in, that kind of, don't be that person. You know how it feels when people step over people's boundaries. They force things on people. You don't want to be that person, right? So if there's somebody who's saying they're going through something, and you feel like you're being led to share some information, you may ask a person, hey, you know, I heard, you know, if you feel comfortable mentioning, hey, I watched tarot or something, a person goes, I don't really believe in that. Stop right there. Just stop. Don't force anything, right? But if they say, oh, I watch it too. Oh, okay. Well, I was listening to, whether it's my channel, somebody else's channel, whatever, and I just kind of heard something, and maybe it may resonate with you. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Okay. You want to share it, share. If you don't, don't. And that's it. That's it. That's it. Never force tarot on anybody. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do it to them. So let's start out with an intention. I trust my intuition. Everybody has intuition, right? It's not just women's intuition. Everybody has it, right? It's like a gut feeling. Your gut is telling you. Everybody has a gut. Some people's guts bigger than others, right? Like that, right in your stomach area, that area, right? So trust your intuition, all right? Aries, right? Aries rules first house. Your first house is about, you know, like maybe like first impression, right? First impression, passion, 817, right? So follow your interest. You're being called to master a talent you already own. So the thing that you do that comes so naturally to you is your gift. These passions are given to you as so as to make your life meaningful for yourself and for others. Find the inspiration to pursue your gifts in your daily life. Consider a few ways, excuse me, that you can have fun with your talents today. So no matter how small or trivial they may seem, right? So 8 is a money exchange number, but remember, money is not just paper and coins, okay? You are money. Your gifts and talents, right? You're knowing your worth. Right, the things that you're passionate about, and the money will come, the paper and coins will come. But it's you know, the focus, that top window for the number 8, like staying focused. Like if you like staying focused on the vision that source gave you, something you're passionate about, that yellow right there, like that, bringing light to something, right? So I'm talking to you, if you know, somebody who is really in tune with your first house. Yeah, although Aries rules first house, but it's something that you feel like you can spring forward into doing, right? Something you feel passionate about, something you feel inspired or led to do. This is the proper use of your fire, right? So, yeah, something you're passionate about, like something you say, okay, I feel like I feel like I'm levitating when I do that. I feel clarity. I feel like I'm motivated. I feel willful. You know, like something that gets you up out of the bed every single day. You know what I'm talking about, Aries. Like, okay, something, like I said, follow your interest. That, right? Your intuition. Your intuition is telling you, okay, this is something I can do. Something I can do, right? I feel focused. Like, I feel like I can do that. Like, I can stand on my own. I can do that. So I can close out a cycle. The number 7, like I can close it out. Other people may be saying, why? Why would you close out something? Like, why would you close out something else? Because this something else keeps you focused. It keeps you like hopping out of the bed and you know, every day. You know, that, right? Keeps you hopping out of the bed every single day. Like, okay, when I get up, I can see myself doing that. I see myself doing that every single day. I'm passionate about that. I see myself doing that every single day. You know, you all are pretty artistic. So, for instance, if it's let's give you, for example, a lot of some of your favorite artists are Aries, right? I can think of quite a few off the top of my head. Some of my favorite artists are Aries. Maybe I'm talking about myself. Some of my favorite artists are Aries. I'm thinking about one person off top now. One of my favorite artists are Aries. And she was giving a testimony one time about how she left home early in life. It was a pretty funny testimony. I won't even mention the person's name. But anyway, she was giving a testimony about how she left home early in life. But anyway, everything in moderation, right? Because you all are a pretty passionate sign. But anyway, so the answers you seek are coming. Yeah, but that's how it feels when you're passionate about something. It's really like, okay, you'll fight for it, but it's in a positive way though. But if you don't know, if you really don't know what your purpose is, and that's your north node, right? If you really don't know where you're going, and that's the beauty of pulling your birth chart, Aries. If you really don't know where you're going, you'll just be like taking wild stabs in the dark. It'd be hard for you to add structure and authority to it. You'll just be impulsive about it, right? So that's why I talk about pulling your birth chart so much. Pull your birth chart, please pull your birth chart, because everything else almost feel like, okay, you're just taking these wild stabs in the dark. No matter what your age is, pull your birth chart, find out what your north node is. See if you're in the right job. Some of you all are in the right job, but you could be working around the wrong people who don't know what their purpose is. You understand what I'm saying? So it's saying the answers that you seek are coming, right? Angel Raphael, the healer and protector of travelers, is with you, right? Time to ground yourselves. And I'm talking to you wherever Aries is in your birth chart. It doesn't even have to be just your sun sign. Yeah, Source really wants somebody to find me a star. There's more than one star in the sky. There really is no competition. I keep trying to tell people, Source created everyone in their image. Like, I feel like Psalm 139:14 is going to be kind of stand out for somebody that maybe like put it on somebody's mirror. Like, I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Like, your works are wonderful. I know that full well. I feel like somebody that's going to stand out for somebody. You are protected and loved. Somebody regrets lying to you. Pray for them. Treat yourselves to a spa day. Step through the portal. You inspired them to heal. You made a positive impact on them. Oops. They are a Python spirit. Your next love interest will make you happier. Follow your heart. Oops. You have the gift of clairaudience. This is clear listening. And then throat chakra cleanse, right? So throat chakra cleanse is like at the point of manifestation. Is at the point of manifestation. So somebody may have, you know how I feel like somebody may have told you that somebody may have projected what they felt like was what they thought was best for you. You know how sometimes your parents may feel like, I think you should go into this field, but it may not have been your inner calling, right? Or like it could have been a gift, but it may not have been what source called you to do. So you may have been really gifted in several things, but it may have been like on your path to your calling, right? Like you may hear like readers may say they may have many gifts and talents, but they were called to do maybe readings, right? They may be called to read, but somebody else may know them to do other things, like maybe they play instruments or whatever. So somebody may say, oh no, they're excellent pianist, or I know them to do such and such and such and such. But they may have been called to read. Maybe they've been called to do, whatever. Maybe source called them to do something else, right? But somebody else may know them to do something else, right? So anyway, let's get into your reading. Or let's say your calling was to be maybe your calling was to open up a travel agency, right? Maybe you are an entrepreneur and you were called to have a travel agency, or you were called to be a pilot, or like have a whatever whatever, right? And whatever source, right here we talk about manifestation. Throat chakra is about manifesting. Whatever it is, source called you to do that, right? And people will think that you're lying when source called you to do it, because in their mind they're like basically saying you're good at something, and they're going to choose to believe what they want to believe. If that makes sense to somebody. I don't know if it makes sense to somebody, but you know what I'm saying. So, oops. Yes, the source is saying it's time to break some kind of chain. Time to break some kind of chain. Time to break some kind of chain. Yeah. Get disciplined. Get disciplined. All right? Time to get disciplined. Time to get disciplined. Because somebody could be, whatever it is that you're called, the calling is from the inside. Source is calling you to do something. I don't know what source is calling somebody to do, but it's time to answer the call. Answer the call on somebody's life. Whatever that call is, right? Time to answer the call on somebody's life. Whatever it is. Because you have your star, right? Right, whatever that star is, right? Because your ancestors sacrificed a lot. Your ancestors sacrificed a lot for you to answer the call in your life. And everybody is a star. Everybody is a star, and you're passionate about something, right? So yeah. So it's time to rise above the judgment. Time to rise above the judgment. Time to rise above the judgment, right? So here's the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. And break some kind of chain. Break some kind of karmic cycle within yourself. Because that's what it is. It's a karmic cycle within yourself. Trust your intuition. Learn how to trust your own intuition. Learn how to trust your own intuition. right? Yeah. Learn how to trust your own intuition. You got your own information. You got your own information. Yeah. You got your own information. You know how to tap in. You know how to tap in. Somebody could feel like, when we talk about apathy, somebody could say, you know, because everybody who talks about you behind your back, because I feel like picking up this right here, the number 8 is a karmic number, right? And when you're breaking this moon right here is growing wherever you're planted, right? And so source is saying when you're breaking some kind of chain, you're choosing to say, I'm breaking a chain, right? So I can get to the number 9. Get to the number 9. We're in year number 9. So I'm breaking some kind of a karmic chain, meaning I'm rising above judgment. I'm breaking some kind of a cycle. This is the outermost planet. This is a judgment card. So I can go through a very powerful transformation myself. This is where you're saying I'm breaking a generational cycle, chain, and curse. One, I'm not, this is part of somebody saying, when my back is against the wall, I'm learning how to tap into my own gifts and talents. When you feel like your back is against the wall, it doesn't mean everybody is depressed, right? This right here, that doesn't mean when you feel like, oh, well, everybody's back is against the wall, they feel like they've run out of gifts and talents, so they got to go to the dark side. They got to go to the dark side. They feel like their back is against the wall. I feel like, okay, they can't sing anymore. They too old to sing. They too old to play instruments. They too old to dance. They're too old to, they're too old to paint. You know, maybe their joints are swollen. They can't do this. They can't do that. So they must have turned to a life of whatever, doing some kind of dark something, they are tapped out of this and that, they whatever, gone to some kind of dark side of something. Source is saying rise above the judgment and learn how to tap into gifts and talents. And so one of the reasons why like reading and stuff is getting so popular is because where's the this color yellow right here and the reason why so many people are becoming passionate about it is because this year of 9, people are breaking away from all the secrets, and people like not knowing. It's like people are asking all kinds of questions like, okay, well, why are people wearing gemstones and crystals? Like a lot of people didn't know. You would hear diamonds are the girl's best friends, but men are wearing diamonds too. But diamonds also connect us with crown chakra. People are connecting this religious belief or spiritual belief and returning back to pure consciousness and connecting, reaching across the table. Why does this discipline and this discipline, like people are connecting the dots, in other words. People are connecting the dots with, okay, why were people talking about they had a dream about fish and then somebody ends up pregnant? Oh, okay, why does somebody, talk about numbers? And why are people playing numbers and then saying, oh, this person must be psychic? Why is this person talking about somebody had telepathy and different types of telepathy? Why are people talking about premonition? And why are people talking about, okay, they're not traveling on certain days, and what does that mean? They're superstitious. People are asking about why is something so secret. People are asking questions about those things. Why are people following their heart? Why are people saying something about their head and heart being at war with each other? That's heart chakra, right? Right? Why are other people inspiring other people? Why are people talking about what is the significance of a snake? What's the spiritual significance of a snake? Kundalini experience, a spiritual awakening, right? It's rebirth, right? All of those things. So Source is saying, what would make a person, what's the significance of the number 7 in spirituality? What's the purpose of a star? Why would people say things like the creator is in everything? Who is the creator? I mean, People are asking more questions. People are asking more and more and more and more questions, right? On this particular card right here, who is Yemi Ya? Right, people are asking more and more questions. Throat chakra cleanse, right? Who wrote the scriptures? Like, people are asking more questions. So yeah, so Source is saying, you know, people are asking more questions because they don't want to look like a fool. People are leaving behind a lot of distractions, asking more questions, right? So that they don't look like a fool. You know, so anyway, Source is saying a lot of people are becoming more passionate about what am I here to do? What is my calling in life? What am I called to do? There has to be a purpose to this life. What am I called to do here? What am I here for? So somebody's next love interest will make them happier. Source is saying treat yourselves to a spa day. You inspire some people to heal. Here we have the Strength card here. So you're definitely praying for someone's strength. There is like I said, everything in moderation. Like I said, everything in moderation. Like I said, you are protected in love. Your next love interest will make you happier. Who is this here? Here we have the Two of Wands here. Yes, something was done behind someone's back when someone was on vacation. Yeah, something was done behind someone's back when someone was on vacation. Yeah, something was done behind someone's back when someone was on vacation. So it looks like by someone's child. Someone's child did something behind someone's back when they were on vacation. Yeah, here we have the Four of Wands here. So that someone could win. Two people did something behind someone's back when they were on vacation so somebody could win something. Looks like somebody got married. Two people got married behind someone's back while someone was on vacation so that someone could win something. A Capricorn and a Leo is involved. So some kind of, two people became family. You know, they got intertwined. Two families came together. Two karmics came together as family behind someone's back when someone went on vacation. So that someone could win something. And two people got married behind someone's back when they went on vacation so somebody could win something, right? But somebody was playing God. Somebody basically was saying it was their way or the highway. And it was something that was very shady. So, yep. And so everything is coming out in the open. So again, trust your intuition. So again, whether you're an Aries or, like I said, something was done behind someone's back, because somebody kind of expected for somebody not to come back. Might expected somebody to move on and not come back to something. And somebody really just did not expect for someone to. So 4 and 6 is 10. 10 is, the 10 of Swords is, Ten of Swords is like basically not expecting for somebody to live, right? It's the opposite of thrive. Like somebody didn't expect for somebody to survive behind closed doors. That's basically what this is. So, yeah, here's a Dame of Pentacles here. So, yep. So now people are talking about something. Now people are talking about something. Yeah. That somebody doesn't look like what they've been through. It's just, something is just a mess. So, yeah. Something is just a mess. So, anyway, something is just a mess. Something is a complete mess. But anyway, so somebody has an idea. You have a lot of ideas. But I feel like moving forward, you're focusing on following your interests. You're moving forward about something that you're passionate about. Like I said, you all are very creative. Zodiac sign, you're following your heart. Yeah. And I feel like somebody's gone through. See this dark and light pillar here? I feel like somebody is, like I said, looking at your cards here. I definitely feel like somebody has gone through a dark night of the soul, but moving forward, somebody is getting off the fence and stepping into the light. This is light high priestess energy here. So, yeah. This is a very interesting reading. Very interesting reading. Gratitude. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. So, yeah. So somebody, source is saying that somebody is a prayer warrior. So, time to get into prayer warrior mode. This is a very interesting reading. Like, source wants you to really learn how to trust your intuition, leave behind a lot of distractions. So somebody was just around a lot of distractions. If you can think of Seven of Swords, even if you're just learning how to read cards, think about it this way, Seven of Swords. If you know that you're not a person who talks negatively about people behind their back, no matter who you're around, don't assume that everybody says negative things about people behind their back. I'll just look at it that way. When people move on, everybody's not saying negative stuff about people behind their backs. Yeah. Everybody has their own star to follow. So I'm just trying to teach everybody how to break generational cycles, change, and curse. And that would be a good one to break, is to, like, everything in moderation. It's like when somebody moved on, the character assassination. This is what you have in common. This is what you have in common with a lot of people, Aries, is that when you walk out of a room, before you can even get your second foot out of the room, that people talk about you negatively behind your back. But keep this in mind, everybody is not talking about you negatively behind your back. It's like you don't talk negatively about people behind, everybody behind their backs, right? And remember, this year of 9, a lot of people are realizing that when somebody calls somebody a snake, remember, a snake sheds its skin, but it's also the skin off of his eyes. Like the scales don't fall from his eyes too. It's like it outgrows its, you know, and it grows into a bigger snake. But it's also a Kundalini experience, but it also is spiritual awakening. It's a rebirth, right? But spiritually, the spirit of the devil was in the snake, but that spirit of a demon can be in anybody, meaning that everybody has temptation. It's the tempter, right? But that spirit of the snake was also in Moses' staff. Like, if people are really reading, they also know that that was in Moses' staff. It wasn't just in the garden. Okay, we had to make a little bit more room, but yeah. having an awakening. I mean, a snake. It's just rebirth. And this full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is a death, rebirth card, and it's the snake, right? It's rebirth, right? So and that's what this what this 8 is for. It's like breaking this chain, you know, not keeping something bound to something, like keeping something chained to something. Because that's what it looks like when you turn the 8, like an infinity, for infinity and beyond, right? Breaking that chain and doing something that you're passionate about. Now, so something has been brought to light. Learning how to trust your intuition, rising above the judgment. Because the judgment card was hidden, and the judgment card is an obsession. Following your own star, getting disciplined, knowing that the universe is on your side. And then, you know, like this right here, not playing somebody's God, like literally to death do you part in terms of marriage, like being obsessed with staying married to somebody to death do you part. All of this behind doing like this right here, this infinity symbol. Doing stuff behind people's backs, you know, when people move on or move away or thinking that somebody's like literally behind closed doors saying death till you part. So when people go on vacation or when they go on trips and something happens. So anyway, Source is saying, you know, somebody is learning how to move on from a bunch of stuff. And again, this is generational. Judgment card is Pluto. It's the outermost planet, but it's one of Scorpio's ruling planets. The other one of Scorpio's ruling planets is Mars, which is the Tower card, right? So somebody's having a total recall of something. Even though you don't see the Tower card out here, but yeah. Source is saying somebody's passion can be definitely used for something. It's like, you know, clearly 8, 1, 7 could be like 8, and then put these two together could be 8 and 8. Clearly this is not 8 and 8, right? Somebody is not as passionate about something as someone else here. So Source is saying that's where the discipline comes in. It's like trusting your intuition, just recognizing when someone is not as passionate as someone else. Knowing when someone else has moved on with their lives. And learning how to rise above the judgment or assuming that someone is judging you. Learning how to move on from something. Learning how to move on, learn how to close out. That's where you're starting with 7 of Swords. You got 7 of Cups here. And knowing when, okay, there's enough information. You got enough King of Pentacles information here. Knowing when to move on with something. So whoever the they regrets lying to you about something. Somebody could have been holding on to something. They could have been holding on to, you know, some kind of hope. You know, it could have been somebody's child or children. You know, sometimes somebody's kids could have been holding on. If somebody was married to somebody, somebody's kids could have been holding on to some kind of hope that maybe their parents would get together or stay together. I don't know. Sometimes people's kids hold on to some kind of hope that maybe which is kind of innocent, but after a while, you know, it creates a disaster. You know, it creates a disaster for everybody. You know, and sometimes that thing can linger on for years and years and years. And it could become an obsession, you know, and it could become a disaster for everybody. But anyway, and it can grow into something that, like I said, it literally can grow into a cobra size something, you know, that it can grow into something that people just didn't see. Like stuff happening behind people's backs. It can it can cause a death. Literally can cause a death. Like where it can strike. It literally can strike. Like literally a belief system till death do you part. Like we're okay. It can turn into something really, really ugly for somebody. You know, even after people have moved on. It can turn into, you know, something else. So that's where the gratitude comes in. But anyway, it looks like somebody caught something. But the spirit, it's a spirit behind that. It's a It's a generational spirit that's behind that. But that's what I have for somebody, whoever, take only what resonates with you. But this is what I have for you. All right? Bye.